Hello there, YouTube viewers. This is the National Federation of Christian Laymen. I'm doing a video here about a disturbing post I read on my Facebook. The Supreme Court has recently ruled on a case, I think it was like 8-1. This is very interesting, that a police officer can now use ignorance of the law to get around the Fourth Amendment. And this is very disturbing to me. The U.S. Supreme Court has had a pattern of not upholding the rule of law and the U.S. Constitution. And all they've done is made it that much easier for police to abuse citizens. Because now all a cop has to do, he can claim, well, I didn't know the law, I murdered, and it's not holding police accountable to the law. And what happens with that, you get police thinking that they can pretty much do what they want. And that's the problem we're having with a lot of police. I'm not anti-cop. I know we need the police. But what I'm against bad police officers. I'm against corrupt police officers. I'm also against corrupt courts. And we here at this ministry, part of what we stand for is trying to stand up for our Constitution and our Bill of Rights and our freedoms that we're supposed to have in this country, being Americans. And I really feel like that the U.S. Supreme Court here has shredded the Constitution with this ruling. And they really are making themselves irrelevant. They have a sacred duty and an obligation to uphold the rule of law. And I've always been one to believe, and I was always taught and raised this, that it doesn't matter if you're a regular citizen. You could be a cop. You could be a judge. You could even be a politician. It doesn't matter who you are in society. Everybody must abide by the rule of law. We all abide by the same law, and we play by the same rules. Essentially, the Supreme Court says, well, we're just going to give police a pass. And I just don't understand why they do this, given the fact, too, we know that there are tons of police out there abusing their authority, abusing their badge. But in this case here, and I want to make some recommendations based upon this case. This gentleman that's suing, apparently, he was pulled over. Something about a tail light, and police will do this. They will pull you over on something ridiculous like a burnout tail light, and then try to search for something else. It's like a witch hunt. I don't like that, and police wonder why nobody trusts them. They're like predators, they're like a occupying force sometimes, and they're so prejudiced, they're like predatorial, always have to get somebody. It seems like why can't they for once just be about helping somebody? But anyway, this gentleman, they pulled him over. In fact, I think if I read correctly, the state law in that area where he was at, the law says you only have to have one working taillight. And he did. But the officer goofed up on the law. He requested to search the vehicle. And where the suspect made the mistake was when he consented to that search. And that's why I would advise YouTube viewers, don't ever consent to a search. Uphold your Fourth Amendment right. Make them get a warrant. Hold the police accountable to the rule of law. And another thing, you don't have to issue a statement to the police. Any lawyer will tell you this. Do not talk to the police. They're not your buddies. They're not your friends. I was watching Cops last night with my wife, and I'm just amazed and stunned. And I see these police. They're so predatorial how they do this. And a lot of the people they're dealing with, they know these people are ignorant of the Bill of Rights and Constitution. And these people will get up there and they'll tell the cop, oh yeah, man, I've got weed in the car, I'm smoking pot, I'm smoking marijuana, or oh yeah, I did this and that, like the cop is their buddy. Like they think, I'll get brownie points if I just tell them the truth. No, you're going to get a pair of handcuffs slapped on you, going to jail. And the police was up there, and I seen them do it. They're so dishonest. I watched on one show where they picked a guy up, and they said they told the guy, you tell us the truth and we'll go easier on you. And they take him to the station, he tells it, and they hosed him over. And they did this on camera. And these cops are so brazen about these just, to me, dishonest tactics. That's why, any lawyer would tell you, don't talk to the police. What you do is you say, hey, I'm invoking my Fifth Amendment right, which you have that, to remain silent, and I'm not going to go under any questioning without the presence of my attorney. That's what you say. And so this is a big warning now. Now the Supreme Court, I think in response to this ruling, we the American people, we should stop cooperating with police then, because they're going to try to, abuse the citizenry like this. The best way to protect yourself from abusive police is, again, number one, don't consent to any searches, period. Say, I'm invoking my Fourth Amendment right and I don't consent to any searches. And then they try to question you. You say, you shut your mouth and you say, I'm invoking my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. because they can't make you incriminate yourself. You have a right to remain silent. You invoke that right, and you invoke your right to have an attorney present before they even question you. Don't go in there and thinking that they're your buddy. They're going to try to lie to you. Oh, I'm your buddy, and just tell me everything, and it'll go easy on you. No, that's a lie. Okay, and a lot of these guys are scared and they fall for it. You got to think with your head. Don't let your fear do the thinking for you. Think with your head. These cops are out to get you. Okay, that's their mindset, man. Everybody's an enemy, right? They're all, and it just seems with the police, they care less about helping the community, and all they're about is who can we bust? Yeah, who can we get? And I just don't like the current level of policing. I like the old-fashioned peace officer, not police, peace officer. That was about keeping peace in the community and trying to actually work with the community and being a part of the community. And actually showing concern for people, actually showing that they care. Modern police, they act like they don't give a crap about the community or about people. I mean, we have case after case of police brutality. Like it's Eric Garner. It really disturbs me. This man was, again, 12 times, I can't breathe. And there was a supervisor sitting there watching all this that allowed this other officer to choke this man out. Okay, both the officer involved and the supervisor should be disciplined and held to the rule of law, but are they? No. And this man died for selling a cigarette, untaxed cigarette, supposedly, which there's an evidence that came out that there's a good probability he wasn't selling those untaxed cigarettes that day. I think the police, they messed up and they cost a man his life, an innocent man his life, and this officer involved, he should face this one. He should face charges. I mean, at least be charged with manslaughter or something. You got police shooting people for no reason, killing people, and not even caring that they take somebody's life. I mean, have we become so sick as a society that we don't value other people's lives? But anyway, and how all this pertains to this courtroom is like the courts and our elected officials is like they are greasing the skids for a police state in America. And they're making it easier and easier every day for the police to abuse citizens. And this is what I'm concerned about. I'm not anti-police. But let me close by saying this. I am anti-corruption in the police department. I'm anti-bad cop. I'm all for the good cops. But you good cops out there. And I've heard this. Well, hey, man, not all of it. I have people tell me that. Well, not all cops are bad. There's good ones, and I've met some good ones. But I want to say this. All you good officers out there, if you're out there, take a stand. Stand up. You see a bad officer doing something bad, okay, you stop him. You don't sit there and watch him do it. You stop him. If you have to, you shun that person. You turn them in. You do everything in your power to stop them and get them out of the police force. You don't condone what they're doing. That's what the public is getting frustrated about. And I think cities and police forces all across the nation, they need to make serious changes into their policies. I think we need to make serious changes in laws, both state and federal, about policing. I think we need to put further limits on police. I think we need to have tighter and stricter accountability. I know some areas are trying to adopt civilian review boards. I agree with that idea. But as a Christian ministry, we cannot condone any corruption or abuse by the hands of government, because that is a sin in the eyes of God. And we as Christians, we're called to be the light and to expose and to stand up against the darkness and the evil. And certainly government corruption like this, police murdering innocent people, police abusing people, violating their rights, violating the law, it's evil, it's sinful, it's lawless. And we don't support lawless behavior on the behalf of anybody. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter if you got a badge or not, if you got a position or not, you need to abide by the same law everybody else is. But anyway, thank you and God bless you.